All right, so this is the sketch that comes in the kit, and this is the sketch that we're going to be doing. And I apologize if you hear my puppy in the background. He is a little whiny. So these are the new authentic papers that come in the kit, and they actually go perfectly with the sketch that was designed um, for the sophistication kit. So I'm actually going to use some of the papers that you actually see in the sketch that comes with the kit. And here you see I'm just kind of like measuring my lace and kind of getting an idea of what I plan to do. So here I'm going to cut the strips off of the paper, and I'm actually going to create a frame because I'm going to be layering. So this is just a way to kind of penny pinch, I guess is the best way to put it. So that way I can still use all that paper that's behind there. Um, this is my first time actually having some 12 by 12 authentic paper, so I'm really excited to get to play with it, and I wanted to really see how far I can make this kit stretch. So I'm doing another sheet. As you can see, I'm building it as I go, and this is going to be my final piece, so I'm not going to frame this. I'm actually going to just create something specifically to fit on there. So here you can see this is the base of my layout, and I saved all of that cardstock instead of just covering it up so I can actually use it for another project for the kit. So here you'll see I'm building this exact to the sketch. You're more than welcome to switch it up however you want. I used my ATG gun to adhere everything down. I was going to use the Studio Matte Gel Medium that comes in the, I believe it was the Creative add-on kit. Um, but I decided to use my ATG gun, and I actually did use my Prima Distress tool. And right here you'll see that I'm using a Prima Chalk Ink Edger. The color is called Teal Damask, and this actually comes in the January kit. I was so excited. I love this color. So I'm actually excited to have it in my collection. And in the Authentic Paper collection, it's baby blues, like a really soft blue. So this teal really makes a pop. Here, I'm going to use some Distress ink, some black soot. I really wanted to darken up the layout a little bit. It was just a little too shabby chic, a little too bright. I wanted it to look a little darker. So here you can see I'm just going to go ahead and use some Fabri-Tac just to mount that down. And now I'm getting the pieces ready. I cut the lace basically in half so it stretches across the bottom and across the top. And here I'm just kind of playing with my layout. I wanted to add some variety to the bottom piece, just a little bit more fun so everything doesn't look exactly the same. So here I just used a Martha Stewart border punch and added that to the bottom just to have a little fun. Now I'm getting ready to build up the rest of my background. I'm pulling some chipboard out of my chipboard stash and getting everything kind of like I said just to match up with the sketch for the month, for the kit, for the Scraps of Darkness kit. So those blooms, the flowers that you see on the layout, those are the Kaisercraft blooms, and they actually come with the kit as well. I love these flowers. They're so pretty. But you'll see that I actually alter them later in the video. So here, like I said, I just used some more authentic paper to map my photo, and I decided I wanted to do a little bit more. So here I'm pulling out the Tim Holtz stencil that comes in the color add-on kit. And I'm actually going to pull out my modeling paste. I'm going to use the modeling paste with the Clockwork stencil on the background just to give a little bit more texture to my layout. I really wanted it to have a little bit more. I didn't want it to look so plain, but I love to use modeling paste any chance I get. So this was a good excuse just to add a little bit more to the background, just to make it a little classier, maybe a little bit more elegant. You don't necessarily think of timepieces for feminine layouts, but I certainly love how it looks. So once you get the modeling paste done, you want to make sure you get your stencil clean. So I took a break to clean my stencil and let that modeling paste dry. You can also heat set modeling paste. Now again, I just want to add some more texture. So here you'll see that I ripped a piece of paper and I am adding that teal damask all around the edges. And again, this teal pops off the authentic paper colors so well. I love it. Because this is lace, I don't like to use Fabri-Tac with my lace just because I don't like to get it gooey. coming through. So I just used my tiny Tim Holtz attacher just to get that adhered down. So here you'll see that I'm finally starting to glue more down. And again, I'm just playing along with the sketch. You're more than, you can feel free to do more with the kit than follow the sketch. It's just so fun to play along with sketches. So here, this is the Midnight Rendezvous Raven. It is a Starburst spray from Lindy Stamp Gang, which comes in the color add-on kit. And here you'll see, I'm just giving it a quick heat set. Be careful with that lace because I kind of burned the lace up a little bit. But I just wanted some splatter. I love splatter. I like to add cheesecloth when I can, so I'm throwing some little pieces of cheesecloth in, and just to kind of make it a little bit more shabby. So next, I'm going to color my chipboard pieces. These are some flourishes from Gina's Designs, and these are the Nancy flourishes from Gina's Designs. And again, I just gave them a quick coat of gesso. Now I'm going back in with that wonderful teal damask Prima chalk ink that comes in the kit. And I'm going to go around the edges because that teal was so bright against the gesso that I just went around all the edges. And I actually had to take my, as you can see here, I took that piece off the distressing tool so I can get into those little nooks and crannies just to make it a little easier. So there you can see, it looks really good. I love the effect that the distress kind of gave it. So now I'm starting to finalize my layout just a little bit more. I'm layering everything up, building up my photo area. I guess it's the best way to call it. I don't know what you call that. But I'm just getting that cheesecloth in there, just using some gesso, or I mean, sorry, Fabri-Tac glue, and then tucking it all in just to make sure everything looks good by my photo. I'm going to go ahead and cut some bling on a roll that actually comes in the kit too. I've never seen this before, so I was so excited when I saw this. You get some bling in your kit. It is a lot, so you can do a lot with it. What you just saw me do also, I used one of the wooden bottles from Kaisercraft that actually comes in the kit as well, and I covered it with the teal damask. I'm telling you, I cannot stop using that chalk ink color. That teal damask is probably my favorite color. Teal is one of my, I love it. Teal is just so pretty. It's so bright and so happy. You know, it's like Tiffany blue. Who does not love Tiffany's? So here you'll see, now I've got that Lindy Stamp Gang, that Midnight Raven, that Midnight Rendezvous Raven, and I'm just using a paintbrush to kind of dab some of those edges, and I decided I actually didn't like the way it looked. So next, I actually just took some gesso and went all over the flowers with the gesso. I gave them a quick heat set, and guess what? I went right back in with that teal damask chalk ink. So here you can kind of see how it looks, and it gave the flowers a shabbiness and a little bit more texture. So there's that wooden bottle piece that I covered with the teal damask. And again, I just sprayed it with that Lindy Stamp Gang with that Rendezvous, that Midnight Rendezvous Raven. And the color is just so gorgeous. So I decided to give it a little bit more texture. So here you'll see I am fighting with that bottle to get the crackle accents out. This is just going to give it a crackle effect. So the bottle looks really old and vintage. So here you can see, I'll give you a quick little peek. It's just shiny right now. So it actually takes a little time to dry. If you put a thick coat on, the longer it takes. The thinner a coat, the less time. So now I'm going to move on to my title, which again is a chipboard piece from Gina's Designs. I'm going to use some Tim Holtz Distress paints, and with the metallics, you want to make sure you shake those up really, really well. So I gave it a good sloppy coat, and I'm going to let that dry. While that's drying, I'm going to go back to my layout and just see what else I can add on. So the sticker set that you get in the kit has so many wonderful sentiments. You can play along with the sketch and add more. I chose not to add the extra stickers on mine, and I just went for the one. Now here what you'll see, I didn't realize my camera stopped, but I sprayed around a lot of that Midnight Rendezvous Raven just because the layout was so bright. And then I also went over that silver with the teal damask, and I just splotched it. I just patted it. I didn't really rub it in because I wanted that silver to come through. So there you can still see some of the silver. So my apologies for my camera cutting out on me. To to continue, again, I just sprayed that black all the way around. Now I'm going to lighten it back up again with some gesso. I'm just going to take a palette knife, and I'm not taking a flat palette. It is a flat palette knife, but not one that's like angled and edged for perfect cover. I really want this to look messy. I want it to look grungy. I want it to look like I just had no clue what I was doing, because honestly, I did it. So here you'll see I give it just a quick heat set, and then I'm going to add another layer on top of what I already did. I love just kind of creating off of a whim. So once I've got all the gesso down, I'm going to add here my title, and I was going to use some Fabri-Tac, but it's such a fine cursive font that I actually decided to go with some Studio Gel Medium that comes in the Creative Add-on Kit. And I also wanted to add just a little bit more bling, because what girl does not love tons of bling? So I just used my finger for this. I didn't want to get another paintbrush dirty. I just used a finger, hold it down for a little bit, and it'll be good to go. And again, like I said, I just wanted to add some bling. So I'm going to use the Studio Gel Medium for that as well, because it has such a great hold. So I'm just going to tuck that in and hold it down for just a second, and make sure all my edges and everything's adhered down. Sometimes when you heat set, things don't stay as stuck down. So here's the layout. It's completely finished. I'll have photos at the end. You can see the crackle accents here on the bottles, and I hope you enjoyed the class, or the little tutorial on how I put this together. Thank you so much for joining me, and stop by Scraps of Darkness.